Patrick's fans, welcome back to Caglianone's Corner. We're here in the new year with head coach Lenny Caglianone. Now, Lenny, going back to before the break, we had 3 games in 5 days, starting off with a matchup in New Jersey, which unfortunately didn't go our way. But tell us, were there any positives you saw from that game?
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about the first 5 minutes that we try to dictate the atmosphere in the game. And tilt the ice towards our way. I thought we did a really good job of that, but it seems like we have this consistent inconsistency of not being able to carry over the momentum of that first 5 to 10 minutes throughout the entire 60. But I thought we came out extremely heavy. I thought we were volatile in regards to being unpredictable and having a lot of bite both ends of the ice. But ultimately, obviously we didn't get the win. I thought we made minor mistakes that had major impacts. I thought our defensive zone, we started to care less and less about it. Started to stray away from kind of building from the back end out, and it definitely hurt us. It definitely hurt us. It shifted our investment from playing fundamental hockey to trying to cheat the game, and you're not going to win when you cheat the game.
Going after that game, we had a bit of a day of rest, followed by a day of travel, and then 2 more games in Johnstown. Now, got off to a rocky start, 3-1 loss on that Friday. I mean, that post game, it was tough. I know for you that was a game that we really could have just had, but it just didn't feel that way. I mean, would you agree to that, or looking back on it, do you feel anything has changed in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I walk into any game and feel as if we always have a good chance, because I think you see when we're on. And I think that's a lot different from people being delusional, unrealistic, and being like, oh, we had a chance. Like, when we want to play hockey, we're a good hockey team. You see some of the scores and the numbers that we're able to produce. They're not fluky, because we can do that when we want to. But going into that Johnstown contest, obviously, sour taste in everybody's mouth from that Tuesday game, and you kind of got to re-enter an atmosphere that was a little bit of a culture shock for our guys, right? First time collectively as a group, I think, playing in front of an arena of people, a little bit different of a feel, and then being a week removed of traveling out there, Listen, there's a lot of intangibles that could have impacts on our guys, but you're not gonna fall on excuses. We just didn't have any bite that game. That's the one thing that pissed me off is we just didn't. It didn't look like the investment to be there was given by every player, and that's the thing that pissed me off. Like, I'll take us losing a good game to a better team. What I won't take is us beating ourselves. And I felt as if that was the Tuesday contest and the Friday contest, and it pisses you off.
And now, after that night's rest, you come in the next day, and that game, first period, kind of even out that whole 20 minutes. The next 20, absolutely insane. 4 goals in 1 period, including Isaac Mitchell getting his first as a North American Hockey League player. Tell us what that night was like.
Yeah, I think, we went into film that morning after we had breakfast as a team, and when we do film, it's such a hard thing to put words on. When we do film, I think it's a unique experience. It gives everybody the time to be extremely vulnerable, not only to yourself but in front of your teammates. And I think that's what that film session was. It was just a super vulnerable conversation about some of our deficiencies and how they were hindering us or impacting us in a negative fashion. So, when you allow young men to get eyes on their game, and they still have that fluid, open mind to maybe making some corrections. And I think when you hammer home the fact that, hey, like, this is you on the film, this isn't anybody else. These are our mistakes. These are your mistakes. It kind of allows guys to understand, hey, like, I'm not doing what I think I'm doing on the ice. Like, there's two different things going on. So we kind of just had a very transparent film session, and I talked about the break and how sour it feels to go out on a loss, and we just got the result that we did. Sometimes you gotta say enough is enough, but yeah, I mean, on a more positive note, right? You got Mitchie, who gets his first goal. I think he's played absolutely incredible as of late. Super great human being, and just kind of been reinforcing him, like, hey, it's gonna come, because he's doing all the right things. He's so hard to play against. He's a rat. Plays with a lot of passion, intensity, my type of guy. And when you see a kid like that, just kind of knocking at the door, and he's doing everything that he can to try to get in, you look at a kid like him and you're like, hey, listen, you may have not been here, but this is what it looks like, and it'll come, and it did, and he's been an energizer for us for the past couple of games, and it's great to see.
And now we're coming off a holiday break. We're coming back into a scenario where we have 3 games in 3 days, 2 against Northeast and a Sunday here at home against Maine. What's the physical toll that you think this might take on a player, even like the mental perspective on it?
Yeah, I just think it's draining. There's a lot less time to kind of digest your game from game to game. And there's a certain maturity aspect to it. Excuse me, we talk about a lot of the time, shift management, stacking shifts, a micro theme within the game. That maturity level needs to be raised on Friday through Sunday, because you can't go out there and not know how to manage some of those shifts and, your gas tank. And then you talk about the emotional and mental aspect. I mean, we hit on that a lot. This is a very draining and arduous process, 60 games throughout the year, constant trips, coming off of December, being on the road every single game, and now going into, the new year on the road. It's definitely daunting, but, I mean, put your work boots on, put your hard hat on. If you don't want to do it, someone else will grab your lunch pail, right, and go to work for you. So you kind of know the territory when you sign up for it. You want to use excuses? That's fine. You could go use them on another team. It's a 3-3. Stop complaining. Don't think about anything. Just play hockey. Been doing it your entire life. So that doesn't really hinder any of my approach. It's the same stuff, to say it nicely.
Well said. And fans, you can catch all 3 of those games on NATV, starting with our game on Friday, January 3rd against the Northeast Generals, which is going to be at a 7:40 puck drop, followed by Saturday, January 4th at 7:15, and right back out home here in Danbury at 7:30 against the Nordiques. Lenny, thank you, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.